2, 1. We are Geeks Assembled and we have gathered here today. And today we are going to be talking about J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. A Harry Potter related film in the same world. And let's go to Lee Wilson first. What did you make of this film, Lee? Did you enjoy it? Was you waving your wand around as you were watching it in excitement?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. To be honest, I think I enjoyed this more than I did the Harry Potter movies. It had a different feel. It was set in a different era, of course, and there was comedy was there for me as well. There was a bit more comedy, not too serious as the Harry Potter's, a bit more serious. This one was just sort of an enjoyable romp with Eddie Redmayne in the title role as Newt. But, yeah, the only thing about it was it is slightly too long. Was it 2 hours and 35 minutes or something like that? It could have been 30 minutes cut off it and it's still been enjoyable. But,
wait, can I just say it's 2 hours 13 minutes?
13, is it?
13, 2 hours 13.
Well, 13.
That proves that you found it was really too long.
Yeah.
You said 2 hours and a half.
No, but I was just saying, I don't really know the full proper timing of it, but yeah, if they'd have shortened it by half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, it would have still worked, but it did little dragging places, I think. And I thought the visuals in it was brilliant. The beasts in it was awesome. All that in the suitcase, brilliant. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. That's my opening thoughts. Over to you.
But I do have to agree to you before we go on. I have to agree that I found it too long. I did think the film was too long. I thought actually it was more like 40 minutes too long. Thinking about it, they could have condensed it. There was a lot of filler. Yeah. Let's move on to Brian. Brian, what did you make of the Fantastic Beasts? What did you make of it?
What I thought of the Fantastic Beasts was a very good film. I enjoyed this film. Well, I would probably enjoy it anyway because I love J.K. Rowling stuff. I mean, I grew up with the Harry Potter films because every time a movie would come out of Harry Potter, I would go see it in the theaters. So I essentially grew up with the Harry Potter films. So when I heard that Fantastic Beasts was a part of the Harry Potter universe and it was going to be not a continuing story, but a prequel of the series, whether it be the books or the movies or anything like that, it doesn't really matter because they did both. But when I heard that, I was really excited and really looking forward to seeing it in theaters, which I didn't do, but I saw it when it came out on DVD. When I saw it on DVD, I enjoyed it and I loved every minute of it because of the fact that it took place in the not modern. It didn't take place in the current modern day. It was like 30s, 40s, somewhere like around there. And it was like a different take on the wizardry and the Harry Potter world and everything, since it was like around that time. And the fact that they had like Ezra Miller's in the movie, because we recently saw him in the Justice League as the Flash. And I was very surprised to see that Johnny Depp was in it, because he was like a surprise as one of the characters that was in it. And the other actor that I mostly only knew was Colin Farrell, but I can make do with Colin Farrell. I'm not really a particular big fan of his. But yeah, overall, the film was absolutely amazing, great. I loved the movie, every minute of it. So,
How interesting! You watched it on DVD. I much prefer Blu-ray. Let's go to Stephen Price.
I did watch it on Blu-ray. That's the quality of the format that I have. Thank you very much, Alan.
Let's go to Stephen Price.
Right. First time I ever watched this movie. I enjoyed it. About 55 minutes into it. So I was watching it online. I paused it and I fell asleep for an hour. And I carried on from there then. The film was too long, man. Oh, ridiculous. I thought it was never going to end. I was looking at we've got a bar on the bottom. Oh, come on, go faster, faster, faster. Come on, when are you going to finish? Yeah, I enjoyed the visuals. And I got a shock confession to tell you. I have never, ever watched an Harry Potter movie. Never.
You're doing well.
What's wrong with you?
You're doing well. I think you're a lot better off for it.
I have never watched Harry Potter. I've never watched an Harry Potter film.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, I enjoyed the effects were amazing. My favorite part of it was they were on the railway lines and that creature was coming and all this and that. And another thing I want to point out is the main character. Didn't he look a bit like Matt Smith?
Oh no, because everybody says that. Oh no, everybody says that because of how he acts. Yeah, they think he's
yeah. And when he was turning to his side, I thought,
could I just say,
Matt Smith?
It's a Matt Smith who can act.
Oh yeah. Much better actor and all.
Well, Matt Smith can't act at all on any level.
No.
This is a version of Matt Smith that can act and is in a Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I don't think he really looked like Matt Smith.
Well, put your glasses on. Put your glasses on, Brian.
He must only watched the highlights.
Oh yeah. I liked on DVD also.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. You
highlights on DVD. Yes.
Yeah.
I watched the full movie.
You probably watched it. You know what you've done, Brian? You put the DVD on this afternoon or whatever, or this morning, and you watched the trailer of it before it came on.
Can I just say he hasn't watched it for a year.
Okay.
He hasn't watched it today.
Well, can you? Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, he does sort of remind me of Matt Smith, the way that he dressed as the Doctor, and yeah, if you put glasses on him, and he has the same speech patterns as Matt Smith, who played Doctor who unfortunately doesn't like taking pictures with people in wheelchairs. Oh well, moving on.
Oh my God.
Oh no, you give your thoughts on the film, Alex. Now,
no, go ahead, Steve.
No, Stephen's finished, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, the film was like people have said, it's sort of, at least 40 or 35 minutes off it.
Yeah, I would say 40. I would say 40. Yeah, it's way too long.
Yeah.
It's like watching a race between snails, really. Yeah, carry on, Alex.
Yeah, the first time I watched this movie, I was reminded of the Matt Smith similarities. I know it's not the same person. Of course, it was funny with the Children in Need special that you can see on YouTube of him calling the TARDIS with Peter Capaldi, answering the phone and making a long joke of it. When I first saw the movie, I did fall asleep because it didn't seem to catch my interest. I didn't realize that it was mostly British cast, which was actually pretty well done. I guess the special effects are very good. Well, it is good. The story was too long. They definitely could have condensed it. It was interesting to see Johnny Depp in it and finally playing a role that hasn't played too often lately in the last 15 years, a little bit more downplayed and serious, not just wild and chewing up the scenery. I mean, it's a cute movie. I like the cast for the most part. I'm not a big fan of the Harry Potter movies, even though I know they have a good cast. It just doesn't appeal. Maybe it's not for my audience. And I'm more of a Doctor Who Blake 7 fan, so maybe this is a little too sweet for me, maybe. But I mean, I could see that it's a good movie. Hopefully the next movies are a little bit more to the point and aren't as long.
Well, you can tell Alex didn't like it because that was the shortest he's ever been on a film. That is the least he has ever said.
All right. I just gotta disagree with all y'all who don't like Harry Potter and
I don't like Harry Potter.
Whatever. You guys are all cray. It's Harry Potter's a phenomenal story about a young, neglected, abused orphan who becomes a rather well-adjusted, normalized magic user. I don't know. That's just what I pull from the whole character story. Yeah, you need 8 movies because it's 8 books, and he takes him a long time to get through school.
No, 7 books, isn't it?
No,
7 books, 8 movies, whatever. Yeah, same.
So you don't need 8 movies then?
You do need. Oh, you guys just.
You don't need 8. It didn't need to be movies in the first place.
Oh, it did. It did need to be movies. It did need to be movies, Alan.
It did need to be
movies, Alex.
And it was a smart move to be 8 movies because you couldn't fit that whole last chapter within one movie.
Okay. Those stories aside, I enjoy Fantastic Beasts because of like the crazy animals. Oh my gosh! I mean, if I was one of my friends who really loves nature and animals and is all about saving the animals and helping heal the animals and all of that stuff. People for the ethical treatment of animals. I mean, this is what it takes a backstory and an arc towards that.
Yeah, but can I just say it would have been better as a picture book.
It isn't necessarily a picture book. It's a story about the American magic users. I mean, if you've got European magic users from Bulgaria and Ireland and France and the UK represented, and then there's no American. I mean, what kind of world are we living in? A Eurocentric world? I think it's cool. I wish it had been set in Boston. We're older here than New York City. It should have been Boston. It should have been because of all the Salem witches north of here. I mean, what the heck? Yeah. They were confused about the locale. It's got to be, just Rowling not actually tuning into the American vibe of magic users. Anyway, I really enjoy it, and I'm going to stand up for Harry Potter for a long time because Harry Potter was a great group of stories.
Yeah, but the problem is with this film is that there isn't a story because it didn't need to exist. Because Harry Potter. No, let me just say. She invented Harry Potter. She created Harry Potter. She ripped it off the worst witch, and that's fine. People are inspired by a lot of things. Star Wars is inspired by every film was inspired by something.
Right.
But
Well,
Harry Potter ended. It finished. She can't make any more Harry Potters.
Oh, you can always add more.
No. She is a good writer. She knows when to end something.
I mean,
she knows when something ends. Harry
Eddie.
Potter.
Okay, let me just put it this way.
One day saying,
Eddie, and the guy who does the two guys who do Once Upon a Time, they are always going to come up with more stories for these character arcs.
Yeah, but look where Once Upon a Time has ended up because of that. Look where Once Upon a Time has
listen. We're gonna have to do another cast, Alad, because I don't want you throwing no shade at Once Upon a Time now, because they did really good with the grown up Henry story.
No, they didn't, because it got axed.
Whoa, guys.
Yeah.
Let's give Beef Dad an airing now. We're not talking about Once Upon a Time. This is fantastic.
So, there's my passionate plea for Harry Potter. Over to you, Beef Dad. I'm so sorry.
I've read every single Harry Potter story. I bought the books as they were published. I have several first editions. I have seen all the films. I've got them on Blu-ray downstairs. Stop it, Brian, or you'll get it.
What? Blu-ray's awesome.
This came from Ollivanders, and you're going to get it if you're not careful. I really enjoyed it. I have read the book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and of course, this has got absolutely nothing to do with the book. The book was basically about the beasts and where you find them. At no point does he go to 1926 America and let the loose beasts out of his suitcase. So this was written purely for the cinema, this particular story, because there was so much demand for more of the Harry Potter world. It's not of Harry Potter, it's the Harry Potter world, it's the wizarding world. And this, of course, was triggered by the fact that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is one of the textbooks that they use at Hogwarts. I liked Eddie Redmayne. I thought he did really well. The guy that I really loved in this was Dan Fogler, the guy who played Jacob Kowalski, the American guy who gets involved with him, actually goes into the suitcase, sees all the animals, is not blown away by it. In fact, at one point, he ends up with a big smile on his face, quite liking what he's seeing. That was really good. The guy who played Credence Barebone, who went into that sort of black thing, he was a very creepy kid. One very creepy kid, that. Colin Farrell as Percival Graves, who was basically one of the leaders of the wizarding community in America, but also, yeah. And Samantha Morton. You had an incredible cast list. I mean, for God's sake, who expects Ron Perlman, of all people, to play a goblin? That was one thing that really surprised me. And John Voight, the last person I expected to see in it was John Voight. To be perfectly honest, if anybody had said John Voight's done a wizarding film from the Harry Potter world, I'd have said no. But yeah, he was good. Yeah, in fact, the little girl, Modesty, superb performance by her. But then I think anybody who gets involved in the wizarding world and is a kid tends to give a good performance, because It's their little fantasy world. And Johnny Depp, what a very, very brief cameo right at the very, very end from him. And I must admit, I just went, what? I didn't realise Johnny Depp was in it. I never bothered to look at the cast list before I saw the film. I wanted it all to be a surprise. And I don't know, I didn't find it that long. I didn't find it draggy. I really enjoyed it.
I know Johnny Depp's definitely in the second one because there's been a lot of controversy over it, hasn't there? Because of allegations, I'll say, of what he's been up to.
Grindelwald.
Yeah.
He's the infamous Grindelwald who was.
I heard Johnny Depp was in this one and is in the next one by stuff that's gone on elsewhere.
It's released. It's coming out this year.
Huh?
It's coming out this year. The new one, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, because when was this? 2016, wasn't it?
16, 15, something like that.
Yeah, there will be like with the Fantastic Beasts coming out, it will have like, I guess it'll be like a Star Wars type of thing, like where they have individual movies. Like
there's 4 sequels planned.
But I really don't think, like Beef Dad said, this is based on a book which is about just where you find beasts and stuff like that, these fantastical beasts. There's no actual real story to this. There's no actual solid story.
But the solid story is the American magic story.
The story is the magic prohibition.
But I don't think it's told that well. I don't think it's told that well. I think they've just thought, oh, how can we make this into a film? It's already a book. It's just a book about animals, but how can we make it into a film? Let's just throw somebody called Newt into it and have him running around this city. Do you get where I'm coming from? No. That's how I feel about it. But like I say, I don't like Harry Potter anyway. You know, kids enjoy it. That's fine. It's for kids. I mean, that's all right.
Can you hear me? There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I don't know if we're dropping out because we're getting a message that the microphone is not really connected.
No, I can hear you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, that's the other supposedly new invention is that they're coming up with all these supposed universe movies. The Universal was supposed to have the return of all the monsters, the new versions from that were created in the 40s to now. They've done Dracula, they've done the Mummy. They changed it from Dracula to the Mummy now as the first one. They have the Marvel ones, they have the Star Wars, same company, Star Wars ones. I guess they're going to try to have the Harry Potter universe. I mean, as we know now, especially the books aren't really connected to the movies and vice versa. They don't film it like they used to, where it was pretty much a film version of the book and very close to the book. The Harry Potter books may be very good. The movies, except for the cast, I didn't get into. I know there's a lot of actors that I like, David Tennant and what is his name, Robbie Coltrane and other,
there's amazing actors in them, yeah.
But in terms of the story and all, it didn't appeal to me. I think it's not my audience. It's like Twilight. It's not for me. I'm too old.
It's for kids. Yeah, it's for kids.
I'm too old for that. And I was raised in Doctor Who and Monty Python and Barney Miller, and these stories are not my fan universe really. But like I said, getting back to the actual movie Fantastic Beasts, I mean, it is a cute movie. I suppose the money wasn't wasted. But like I said, technically, yeah, it's a big blown up version, I guess, of the book, added with 2 or 3 subplots They do have good actors. It does apply. I probably would have edited it differently, but that's fine. I mean, it's not my cup of tea.
There's drags,
Yeah.
doesn't it, Alex?
Yeah, to me it does. Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
said,
What you've got to realize is this the first movie of the Fantastic
Yeah, it
Beasts
doesn't matter.
series.
No, you've got to take.
It's
No,
setting,
no,
yeah,
I take no notice of that.
Whoa, let me speak. It's setting up what's to come.
It doesn't matter. You've got to judge a movie by what it is. You can't go, oh, I'm going to judge it separately to see what the next part's like. No, it should be a good film in its own right. It should be a good film in its own right.
Well,
No,
okay
because
then.
we're going down a very slippery slope. We'll have to wait to that one to understand this one. No, it doesn't work like that. Got to be a good.
oh dear, very very passionate opinions today.
Excuse me. Stop talking over people. Let the cast speak. What I'm saying is, you're going, oh, it's for kids. Right, okay then. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is for kids. Oh, but we're doing that in a few weeks' time. Are you going to be different about that? No, you're not. Are you?
What about Frozen?
It's for kids. This film's for kids.
Yeah, well, you can't keep saying that, can you? I was saying, but
I can.
yeah, you will.
Alan, so what? Like, but what if it was for kids? So what? It doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah, everybody is a kid at heart, and if you can't enjoy movies like this or things like that, just go with the flow. It's an enjoyable movie. Yeah, some people may find it drags in places. Some people possibly don't find it drags. But it's just a movie with brilliant visuals, and it's to create a story from one little scene in a Harry Potter movie with about a book to create a movie and the character Newt to do this franchise. I think that's, J.K. Rowling is a brilliant writer.
Oh no, I agree with that.
no, and I mean, no disrespect. I just said it probably doesn't appeal to me. That's all I said. I wasn't trying to be, disrespectful.
No,
Alex, you're being disrespectful.
Alex, I'm not having a go at you. I'm having a go at Alec.
He's having a go at me.
Can I say
anyway-
something? Can I say something?
No.
Of course you can.
I've been told in the past, oh, you watch Doctor Who. That's just for kids. No, it ain't.
There you go.
Well, you don't watch it anymore.
Oh, dear.
Alan, Frozen's
watching
just
it
for
anymore.
kids.
Yeah. What if we told you that Frozen's for kiddies and it's not?
It's not for kids. It's for adults. It's for adults. So Frozen is for
You know,
adults.
if you were sitting in this room with me, Alan, I would tweak your nose and say, boop. You are totally mind blown right now.
Yeah. What if we told you that Frozen was not a good film?
I don't care what you think. You just watch highlights of things.
Dear me, way to keep it open-minded here.
I mean, I've seen Frozen, but I didn't like it, and that's my opinion.
But you enjoyed Grumpy Cat, which is the main thing.
Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on.
I have to say, though, the visuals are absolutely stunning. And I do like seeing the creatures. I do like seeing all the creatures. I just wish the story was... The film was shorter, for a start. The film needs to be shorter. And the story needs to be more precise. Apart from that, I actually enjoyed it. Amazingly. I know, I've gone on a bit about the bad things, but I actually did enjoy it. It just went on too long.
Except that actor looked a little bit like Matt Smith.
Hey?
Except the actor who looked like a bit like Matt Smith.
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne, yeah.
No, he didn't.
He's in that new Aardman film now. So does anybody else have anything to say? Anybody else want to jump in?
No.
I mean, like I said, I did think the cast was good, so it's not that I'm trying to be overly negative. I mean, it's a cute movie. It probably just doesn't appeal to me, but like I said, I understand. There's a lot of, like, Once Upon a Time and other things that I actually like the cast, but I don't necessarily like the story or, what parts or plots they're emphasizing. And I do agree with Alan in the sense that it probably needed a stronger story,
Yeah.
a little bit more direction. But again, if they're trying to appeal to a wide audience, they probably wanted the way that they had it. And but like I said, it's a cute movie, not for me, but they did have a great cast. And I didn't even realize it was mostly a British cast. But again, you have Johnny Depp and John Voight, who are American actors. And I give them credit for being in the movie, and I did enjoy the moments that they were on the screen.
And it didn't feel like Harry Potter. Go on, Beef Dad.
I found some of the beasts brilliantly funny. I particularly liked the Niffler. The way it kept stealing money, trying to rob a bank, stealing money, stealing jewelry from a jeweler's. And the way he turned it upside down and was emptying money out this Niffler's pocket. It was just amazing because their little pocket is bigger on the inside. Just to clear things up for you, they didn't actually create the name
Newt Scamander?
Newt Scamander, just for that. His name was mentioned as the author of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them during the Harry Potter series of books.
And was Grindelwald, and as was the moratorium against Fantastic Beasts. Hagrid mentioned that.
Yeah.
When he was teaching it.
Yes. But I mean, what you've got to remember about Grindelwald is he was the worst evil wizard, basically, before Voldemort. And he gets defeated. Grindelwald was defeated by Dumbledore.
Who's in the next film?
Grindelwald was partially responsible for the death of Dumbledore's sister. So if they're going to do more with Grindelwald, it could get really interesting.
I think so too.
Well, Dumbledore is in the next movie.
Yeah.
And his brother.
You just bought it for him now.
played by Jude Law.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Can I just say? I don't know the name of the creature, but I fell in love with the little plant creature. What was on his
leaf stick thing?
The leaf stick creature. I just thought that was because it picks locks. I can't remember what it was called.
And it didn't want to leave him. It didn't want to leave him. Bless it.
My favorite one was the one that was glowing under the lake in Central Park.
Oh yeah,
the one that they chased out by like pheromones, and he was just like rolling around. He looked like he was just having so much fun.
But the horny rhino.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like a bit of a horny beast.
Alex, are you listening?
Also, there was a good scene at the end where Kowalski asks you why you helped him and that lot, and he said, "Because you're my friend." I thought that was a lovely scene because everybody else, Newt just annoys everybody. Apparently, that's what he told him. He just gets on people's nerves, but he's his friend. And I thought, the way Kowalski reacted to that was just a brilliant scene. And then he stepped out in the rain and he forgot everything.
Aww.
That was a brilliant scene.
Yeah, had his mind wiped. Yeah. At least he got his bakery, though. Got his bakery, didn't he, in the end? Anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah, I like Kowalski, too. The second person through the Stargate was named Kowalski.
And Kowalski's in the sequel as well. I'm spoiling everything here.
No, you're a filling us in.
Yeah, it's the sequel's released in, I think it's about September, October time.
Good.
How was it?
Thanks. Let's do trailer reactions to that when we get it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You can, yeah.
All right.
Anybody else have anything to add on this film?
I just want to add one thing.
Yep.
I just would like to add that I'm not sure, but I think that they're gonna have either a series or a movie of Voldemort.
Oh God.
Does anybody know? Can anybody clarify that for me?
No.
Now,
You're just making this up.
Voldemort. Hey! Didn't you just hear Lee? He said that Voldemort's in the next one. So there you go.
Oh, Voldemort is in the next one.
Yeah. Boom.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right.
I didn't.
Oh no,
hold on a
no,
minute.
I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind. I
Just
really
lying.
maybe it's the last one.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be,
Voldemort's in the last one, is he?
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe.
It's probably going to be the last one because anyway, the one.
There's already been a whole 7 movies about him. What the heck do we need more of him?
But he's going to be the main character. It's going to be his young.
He's already been the main
He's
character.
the main character.
I heard
No, Brian. He's already been the main character.
I know. I'm just saying. From what I heard, it's going to be his young years as Tom Riddle when he was at Hogwarts and everything.
Beef Dad is dying to speak. Let him speak. Go on, Beef Dad.
I remember. It's called a bow truckle.
Oh.
The little plant creature is called a bow truckle.
Oh.
Yes, I did like that.
I want one.
Yes.
And I want a Dougal as well. I have a Dougal as well.
You want Dougal off the Magic Roundabout?
Yeah. No, Dougal, the invisible one. What was?
Oh, the monkey thing. I like the thing with the snake with the head of an eagle type of thing. That was a good scene. It goes into the teapot.
Yes, that was good. That was good. It fits into
the size of anything. Yeah.
That was brilliant.
No, I thought the creatures and some of the scenes were very creative. Some of the scenes were very creative, and as Beef Dad says, there were funny moments like that hedgehog beavery thing, whatever it is, that keeps on stealing the jewelry, and it's trying to hide, and it's run away, and then they try and capture it.
If you don't know the difference between a hedgehog and a duck-billed platypus, I have.
Well, it's a made-up creature, not a duck-billed platypus, but that thing. And I liked when they stepped inside the suitcase as well. That was good. That was well done when they stepped inside the suitcase, when they all had to fit into it, and then they went into that world in there. That was very good. Yeah. No, visually it was very good. Anybody else have anything to add? Stephen Price, you've been very quiet.
Yeah, I've been making another cup of tea, that's why.
Oh, thank you for that. I'll have plenty of milk, please.
Well, you've been having a domestic argument here.
Well, do you have any more to say on the film, Stephen?
Yes, I did like the part where one of the animals was smashing up the shop. All the shelves are coming down. I did like that. I thought that scene was funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say.
Lee, anything else to say? Nope, let's move on to final say and score. Lee, what's your final say and score?
My final say and score is, yes, as you would say, the story-wise, it could have been better, but as I said, it's the first one in the new saga. It's setting up what's to come. And usually the first one in a movie series does do that. So for me, I enjoyed it. Visually, it's brilliant. The acting in it, you know, top class. I can't. I'm not going to give it full marks because it did drag a bit for me. I'm giving it an 8. So yes, I have a good score from me. I'm giving it an 8.
Let's go to Beef Dad.
Yes.
Final say and score.
I enjoyed it. It's a bit of harmless fun. As Lee says, it sets it up ready for the next one on Grindelwald. Yeah, I loved some of the performances. I loved seeing some of the people in it. Yeah, so it'll get an 8.5 from me.
And let's go to Stephen Price.
Well, it would have got an higher rating. I give it 8 out of 10. Reason why it's I wouldn't give it a 10 is because it's just too long. That's it. It's a good film.
Brian. Nope. Yes.
I'm here.
Final say and score, Brian.
I'm here. Sorry, I had to take medicine.
You were busy, were you? Okay. You eating the light bulb.
Maybe. But no. My final say and score. Let's see. Fantastic Beasts of Where to Find Them. I think I would.
Yes, that is the film.
I think I would probably give this film a 10 out of 10 for Fantastic Beasts of Where to Find Them.
So you really enjoyed the trailer then? Wow. Let's go to
I did not see the trailer, okay?
the highlights. I apologize. Susan and Alex. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to jump in here and say I loved it. 9.5 out of 10. Sweet story. Fun to, but they got the city wrong. And for that, they lose a half a point.
Ooh.
They need to really research, where the real magic users are. And apparently it's here in Massachusetts, not in New York.
But there again, it was filmed in the UK.
I know it was filmed in the UK,
they have a lot of users in the UK.
but they have a lot of witches and warlocks in Massachusetts. We're famous for it. Get it right. Okay, here's Alex.
Yeah.
Come on, Alex.
Sorry, Susan, that may not be a recommendation. Yeah, it is a great cast, much like the Harry Potter movies. As far as the story just doesn't appeal to me. Visually, it's great. That's probably why I'm going to give it a 7, and it is more for the cast. I was actually very surprised by the cast. But the story could have been tighter, and it could have been edited more. But again, it's not for me. The Harry Potter and the universe there, it's just not the style that I like. But it does have all of those movies. Much as I don't like them, they do have a great cast.
So to sum it up, Alex likes it tighter. There we go. It was Lee's face that got me going. For me, I've never watched this before. I have seen all the Harry Potter films, so now I've seen everything Harry Potter related. Now I'm up to date on all of it. Even though I don't like Harry Potter really, I've still watched the films, but I moan about them because I don't like Harry Potter. But yeah, I watched them. Work that one out. I don't know. Yeah, this film, if for kids, it's a very good film. If I was a kid, I'd give it a 9. But as a fully grown adult, I think I'd give it about a 7. a 7 because I think the story just isn't there. They've tried to fit a story around something. They've tried to cobble it together around something that wasn't a story in the first place. It was just a book inside the Harry Potter books.
I think he's rambling, everybody. That's coming from the West Witch in Leicester. He's rambling.
Where? Anyway, thanks for that interruption, Lee, from Hull. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. So it's not too low. 7's not bad because there was funny scenes and stuff like that, and the animation was good. Let's just wrap this up.
That's what Alex gave it.
Me, I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Look after yourself. Take care, and we will see you next time.